each fortnight or so, I am sharing an origami fold in support of well-being, taking some time out for yourself for no particular reason other than it's something lovely to do. It will help focus your mind and just take your mind away from everything else, and that can really lift your energy and mood. I know it always does for me. So it's coming up towards Valentine's Day, and so I wanted a theme about love. And I know I've shown a love knot before, but this is a different traditional love knot. It's quite a curious shape, and I never quite know if I like it or not. It's an odd, interesting shape, and you may wonder why it's called a knot. Well, actually, once you folded it, have a go at undoing it. It's really hard to do. It really is like a knot, and the idea is, I would guess, is that you'd write a little love message in there, fold it up, and then it's very hard to open. So yeah, maybe that's telling. Of course, it could be not thinking about romantic love, but think about love for family, for friends, your own self-care. I hope you'll enjoy this. It's traditional fold, and I love these because you can think that it's part of a history and part of culture across the world. So join me and enjoy this lovely fold. So grab yourself some paper. Oh, also I've been just putting some together and just playing with it, and I rather like these patterns once you put them together. Maybe that could be a Valentine's card. Right, so grab something to press on. We'll make first of all a square, because I'm assuming that you don't necessarily have origami paper. So first of all, I've got an A4 piece of paper, but letter would also work. Fold it in half. Give it a good strong fold. And then all you need to do is a little nick. And then you can tear it off like that. Like so. And then take your paper, take one corner, line it up along the bottom to make a right angle triangle. Nice little pointy triangle, and then tear that off. You could use a pair of scissors, or I just turn it over, lift up that flap, bring it back, and squash it down like so. And again, all you need to do then is a little nick and a tear. So maybe you could, if you've got origami paper, and then just to say this will be the coloured side, and I'll show you in a moment. So you could also write a note inside, or whatever you want to say, some little note inside. So if you've got origami paper and it's white, this is your white side, and this is your coloured. We're going to, first of all, if you've made your own paper, you've already got a diagonal line, but just to show you, first of all, diagonal line, and then open it up, turn it round, and another diagonal line. That's it. And it starts off, to be honest, a lot like a fortune teller. So take each corner to the middle. Always quite satisfying to do this. Each corner, bring to the middle point. So this looks a bit like an envelope at that point. There we go. So it's already a delightful thing. Turn it over to that smooth side, and the same thing, bringing each corner to the middle. As I said, this could easily become a fortune teller, which is always a delightful thing, or you might call it a chatterbox. And I just love this symmetry of just same thing on each side. It could become a lily. There's many things you could do with this. Right. So here we go. We're going to turn it over to this side. And now we're going to try to do something a little bit interesting with it. I'm sort of folding it a bit in half, first of all. A bit hard to explain this one, but can you see each of these little flaps has a diagonal line? I want you to sort of almost squeeze against that. We're going to shape shift this space, maybe kind of lifting them up, and the idea is you're going to fold across these diagonals of those pieces. I know that's a tricky old step. Play with it, you will get there. So just to show you maybe one more time, so flat like this, and then I'm trying to lift up each of these and fold them along those diagonals. It's not particularly easy, but enjoy it as a little bit of a game. So you should then end up with a piece like this. So it's looking like that. Now for each of these little flaps, pop your finger in and squash it down to make a nice little square. Do this on each side. Not too far off actually. We're doing well. Looks like a little tent. And then onto the back. And the same thing. Squashing it down. Squashing it down. Okay. So hopefully it's looking like this for you. Still looks a bit like the chatterbox. I don't think it is. There we go. So it's sort of a little bit almost like a card at the bottom, gathered at the top. Last step really is to take each corner and fold it down along that central line. The good thing is with these YouTube films, you can go back, you can pause, you can change the speed. Don't know what it sounds like with a slow down voice, but anyway. So doing this on each side and then turn to the back. Again, each corner down along that vertical line. That's it. There we go. So we're almost there. So now I want you to sort of go to the underneath. It's a little triangle. Go to the underneath and you can see there's all these interesting little layers in there. I'm going to swivel it round until I get to this side. And this is a bit of moment of unfolding really. So you're going to pull this out and it's unfolding that area. Ooh, there we go. Pulling it out. It's a bit like inflating the back of a crane actually, and squash it down. And there you go, that is your love knot. And as I said, you'll find it surprisingly difficult to open. It's almost like a weird puzzle in itself. Try opening it afterwards, maybe once you folded a few. And as I showed you, I rather like putting lots of them together as well. It's an interesting shape. It could also be a bow tie, couldn't it? I hope you've enjoyed that, and yeah, happy folding. Thank you.